Hey guys, Bungor here. Today I'm doing a guide on Annie the Dark Child. Her passive ability, Pyromania. This is what makes Annie Annie. After casting 5 spells, Annie's next spell will proc for a stun, and it'll stun for 1.5 seconds. Her Q ability is Disintegrate. She shoots a fireball, which deals damage. She also gets mana back for any minions or kills that she gets with that ability, so it's really good for farming. Her next ability, Incinerate. A cone of fire damage in front of her. Her next ability is Molten Shield. She reduces incoming damage, and I like to get this spell just to proc for the stun, and that's basically what I use it for before initiating. And her final ability, Tibbers. Everybody knows Tibbers, the big bear. She summons and it deals fire damage all around here. Tibbers can also be used for farming and so on. So for runes, I like to get Magic Pen Reds, Mana Regen per level Yellows, AP per level Blues, and flat AP Quintessences, and Masteries, Standard 9021, grabbing Spell Pen and Offense, XP bonus, Mana Regen, and neutral creep buff in the utility tree. So alright, playing Annie. Annie is a pretty strong AP champion. She was buffed not too terribly long ago, and her AP ratios are pretty strong, so she's pretty good, but it kind of depends on who you lane against. In this particular case, I'm laning against Karthus, and Annie is really strong against Karthus. As you see there, I throw my combo down on him, deal a lot of damage, and my Tibbers continues dealing damage, and I use one final Q to pick up the kill on him. And then even with his ult, I can shield that and block it. So, and Annie can be countered by a lot of champions. Not a lot of champions. She can be countered though. Ryze is a particularly strong counter to her because of his range on his Q spell, which makes him really strong against her. So there are champions that can counter her, but she's really strong and she has a lot of burst potential, and she can definitely turn the tides of team fights. So, and basically with Annie, what I like to do in the laning phase is I try to focus on farming, and I use that Q spell. Every time you finish off a minion, it gives you all your mana back, so you can farm relentlessly, and you won't have to worry about needing blue buff or anything like that. So she is really strong in that aspect, and she has a lot of farming potential. She can't instantly clear a wave unless you do spam some of her other abilities, but the damage output with her Q spell does allow her to farm quite well. So like I said, until you get 6, you want to focus on that farming. As soon as you get 6, that's when you take your first shot at picking up a kill. Hopefully you have flash up. You can try to land a stun with your Q ability. You proc that Q and then immediately follow with Tibbers and Disintegrate, and most of the time if you use Ignite as well, you will pick up that kill. So and you'll see in this video a lot. I'll show you exactly how you use her spell combo to initiate and pick up kills on enemy champions. So and right here, as you can see, I picked up blue buff. Blue buff's always good on any AP carry. Annie especially, just because of her short cooldowns. Right here, Karthus doesn't realize I have a ward right there. He knows I'm there, but mistake by him. There's the stun, Tibbers, Ignite, and even with the stun from Shin, not really anything he can do. And I'm going to run out of range, flash away, and then I do die to Shin, but Bane's there to pick up the kill, so not a big deal. I picked up 1.5 kills, so that's pretty cool. Let's see. With Annie, the big thing is, I guess, for team fighting, it's all about the initiation and putting yourself, I guess, in a position where you can stun as many people as possible with your passive, and that can either be done with Tibbers or it can be done with Disintegrate. I normally try to do it with Tibbers just because the damage output of Tibbers is so great, and I don't know, it kind of scares everyone that sees it, so it's pretty fun. You can also command Tibbers with your alt key. You can use Tibbers to, in this case, I should have probably used it to check that brush, but you can also lead with it to tank towers and so on and so forth. Here Shin gets caught out of place. There I'm going to throw my stun down, and then my rest of the team pick up that kill. So really the big thing with Annie is landing that stun to help your team. Here, Ash out of position. I'm going to come in from behind her with a stun. She tries to run away, but I'm going to walk in, 2 spells, and pick up the kill. But the big thing is leading with Tibbers, and the Flash Tibbers is one of probably the most well-known Annie tricks in the game. And hopefully, I think shortly I'm going to give you an example of that exact situation here. I'm going to flash and throw down Tibbers, and immediately throw my WQ combo and ignite and pick up the kill. So here, Karthus, he is in the mid. I'm waiting for the stun right there. He knows I'm here. He's in the brush, or I'm in the brush. He knows I'm here. Flash, Tibbers, disintegrate, and incinerate to pick up the easy quick kill on him. And I'm pretty fed at this point, so I can deal a lot of burst damage to Karthus. Really quick, I will mention spells, leveling her spell abilities. I like to max her Q first, mainly for farming as much as anything, and then I follow by maxing Incinerate next, and her shield last, and leveling Tibbers anytime that it's available. Like I said, level her Q first, because this allows her to farm in lane, and I mean, she can literally burst pretty much any minion down except for the cannon minion from half health. So, and also actually at level 1, most people like to lead with Incinerate, the cone spell AoE, because you can proc the stun while you're in the base, while you're on the tower. So if you want to engage in a level 1 fight, then that's how you do that. So you'll normally get that Incinerate first and then just be ready. Here's 2 instances where Udyr's out of place. Our team comes in, throw down the stun spell combo, and I'm just picking up a lot of kills. And when Annie gets fed, she can be terribly hard to counter until extremely late game, which is the flash ignite always for spells on her, and then the flash Tibbers stun combo. You can pretty much take down any semi-squishy character. Here's Shen pushing our lane, gonna backdoor our base and teleport out. I'm gonna throw that stun right there, throw my combo down. I don't have Tibbers in this particular instance, but my Q spells up, and right through the wall, follows him and picks up the kill before he can even dash away. So like I was saying, she is a really strong champion. It's really all about landing that Tibbers stun, especially in team fights. In this particular game, we kind of beat them pretty bad, so we just, there weren't really a whole lot of 5v5 team fights. And here I'm just going to harass a bunch of champions. Kayle tries to engage on me, and instantly just explodes from the damage combo from myself and the rest of my team. So, and we're going to push right here. That's going to be the end of the game, guys. They're going to surrender here. Annie is really fun. She's a really strong champion and provides a lot of damage versus she's really cheap also, so I'd suggest picking her up and trying her out for a while. But that's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Feel free to subscribe and comment, and take it easy, guys. Peace.